Yeah, that was in Hawaii. My parents went there a number of years ago. You klutz. You tried to jump up on the couch and you fell off. What a klutz. You're such a big fat tub of lard. Yes, you are. Come on, try again. You're so clumsy. Such a big fat tub of lard, you fell off the couch. Yeah, I'd be embarrassed too. Big fat tub of lard. Thank you, Rhonda. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Although I only see one person on here right now, two actually now, that could even potentially be a father. I guess you can be if you believe you want to be that this time, right, these days. But yeah, the pool is nice now. The pool has finally risen above 86 degrees, and it's going to be nice to get into it. We got some real hot weather these days. We're going into like 100 degrees right now today. It's already, what is it? It's 11 o'clock and it's already like 90 out. So yeah, we're gonna be a hot one today. I was outside in it a little bit, and oh man, it's miserable out there. Yeah, that was a good picture. I knew I wanted to kind of find a picture of my dad for Father's Day, and I was kind of looking at his collection of pictures, and I saw that, and there were four or five of them that were kind of similar, and I figured, no, that's the one. Yeah, it's been real hot. It's like 100 degrees now for the next 4 days, according to the weather. I don't know. We'll see what happens, though. They were saying that it was going to be 100 degrees for like the next 10 or 12 days, and all of a sudden, no, it's dipping down a little bit. But yeah, it's been real hot. Good morning, Scott. How are you? Gosh, these glasses are dirty. I can't see. That's a little better. So the fires are still going up there, huh? Yikes. That's no fun. Yeah, I guess tortoise daddy too. Only in Texas could I be the daddy of a tortoise that's older than I am. This part of the country gets a lot of severe weather. It's not just Waco, but yeah, we get our share of it. That was actually one of the things that sort of attracted me to Texas. I knew we'd get some great weather here. I love it when it rains, and I love it when it's thundery and snowy and all that fun stuff. All the good EE things. He drives that car a lot. I'm not surprised he had problems. I think he has got like 200,000 miles on it already. Yeah, I was at work the other night when a real powerful storm went through, and I was out in the warehouse when it was happening. I said, "Why is it that all these great storms always happen when I'm at work?" And I came home and all sorts of gunk was in the pool again because it all got blown out of the trees. And a big, about 14-foot long chunk of one of the branches of the pecan trees came down and was in the front yard. So yeah, that's just what happens. Yeah, that's it. I love seeing him. A lot of people I talk to, they say they hate it when it gets weather like that. When you get weather like that, it's like, I'm the one out there watching it. Oh, you want to see the views on the Oswald videos? Read the comments. Holy cow! I mentioned at the end of the third video that I'm not saying what happened or what didn't happen. I'm just saying that's the official story. But there's every day there's somebody, three, four, five, six people commenting saying, "Oh, that's not what happened. This happened or that happened." There's all these conspiracy theories, and everybody's just debating the issue. It's really interesting. It's funny though, some people just feel that they have to become disagreeable, and a lot of the comments like insult my intelligence because they think, oh, you're wrong if you believe. I didn't say I believe anything. We may never know what happened. Having been at the location, I think the strongest piece of evidence that it didn't come from the Texas Book Depository is the Zapruder film and the kill shot. Because when the kill shot happens, you see Kennedy's head snap back like that. Now the book depository was behind him, so if he got shot from behind, his head should have slumped forward. What was ahead of him is the grassy knoll. So I don't know. I don't know what happened, but we may never know. Or somebody who knows something may say something on their deathbed. We're getting to the point now where just about anybody who would have any firsthand knowledge of that probably is getting to that point now. Because, I mean, we're talking something that was 60 years ago. I am glad that it's been watched, though. Holy cow. That still is far and away my most watched video. That's going to have, it wouldn't surprise me. Right now, it's having a third spurt of just astronomical growth. And because, it's just, I'm getting thousands of views a week on that thing. It's going to be my first 100,000 view video, I think. Nothing even comes close. Hello, Michael in the Pacific Northwest. Yeah, I'm with you, Tracy. I love storms too. Oh yeah, because the subscriber growth has been through the roof too. It's been 5, 6, 10, 12, 14 subscribers a day. That's huge for me. That's a slow week for Jordan or Adam or one of them, but it's just explosive growth on the channel. So that's a good thing too. Yeah, oh yeah, I've been to the Texas Book Depository and that museum a couple times. Because actually, the first time I went was, as you know, before I moved here, I came to Texas for about a week, about 4 months before I moved here, trying to figure out where I wanted to resettle. And one of the, I was considering Dallas and Fort Worth area. I ruled that out real quick. It's too much of a big city. I wanted to get out away from the city. But I did go to the Texas Book Depository and saw the museum then. And then, of course, I went again when I did the vlog. Well, and I'll expand on that, Mark. Even if we do find out about it, there's going to be some people that aren't going to like the answer, and they'll cling to their alternate theory. Oh yeah. How far am I away from getting one of those silver awards from YouTube? I probably won't. I'm never going to be big enough of a channel. I think you got to get 100,000 subscribers to get the silver award from YouTube. And I'm at what 4,900, so it's a ways off. Yeah, and Dallas is an hour and a half away. So if I do want to go there, and I mean the truth is, I've been there. I think, except for the times I was driving through Dallas to get to DFW. I think I've only been to Dallas twice, and once was when I did the JFK video, and then there was one other time. I think that was when I did the Logan's Run video. And actually, I do have another filming location that was in the Dallas area that I'm going to probably hit at some point. Going to make rock turtles today. All right. So instead of turtles that look like rocks, they're going to be actually rocks that are rocks. Getting a Universal Studio in Frisco. Okay. Well, somebody killed a president, though, so we need to know what happened. And if it was Oswald, or if it wasn't, or if he was just a patsy or something like that, I don't know. But the world deserves to know who killed a president. Hello, Gene. How are you? Yeah, going to Oklahoma City and doing the the uh, the bombing would be a great video. There's a great memorial there at the location. Oh, it's not a red bruise. I burned myself really good the other day. I was working on my air conditioning. You'll see that in the next video. Yeah, only I could burn myself on my air conditioner. I don't know what a USCO Busco is. I have no idea what that is. Yeah, I could see how you could slice your fingers on an air conditioner unit. That's easy to understand. Yeah, just how do you burn yourself on an air conditioner? I got light over here still. Taking the attention he can get. You just glued him closed. This didn't start off bad. It just looked like it had a little first degree burn there. There's nothing. It seemed nothing more than a little like sunburn, but about 24 hours later, big chunk of it puffed up and was filled with pus, and then that broke. And then just yesterday, another chunk of it kind of pussed up and it broke. So yeah, I don't know. It's going to be a little nasty for a while. It doesn't really hurt that bad though. You feel old today because your daughter turned 40. Yeah, well, that's it. When my parents used to tease me for getting old, I said, "Yeah, well, at least I don't have a kid that's as old as I am." Last time Bite was at the vet, I talked to the vet about him being overweight, and the vet said he's a little overweight, but it's actually good for them to be a little bit overweight when they're getting up there in years. I don't know. That seems backwards to me, but yeah, it is a great picture of my parents. I'm surprised that hasn't turned into something that I've made for my mom or something. I never got these guys used to eating food out of the kitchen, so they don't know to come and mooch. Every once in a while, if I have some tuna or something like that, I'll give them a little tuna treat. But for the most part, and when I cooked the shrimp and pasta a few weeks ago, I had a couple extra pieces of shrimp, so they each got a piece of shrimp. They enjoyed that. Oh, Bite's always looking at his treats. There you go. You want another one? Got to bribe you to keep you here, don't I? Yeah, giving them a treat every once in a while is okay. I don't want them to get to the point where they just come to expect it. It isn't a treat if it's just something you get all the time. Logan just kissed Bite on TV, huh? You feel kissed, Bite, huh? No? Okay. Oh, come on, Norton. I'm sorry, I forgot to shut you up. Hang on, let's shut off Norton here. Norton feels the need to pop up a little ads all the time here and tell me, hey, we just finished a scan. I don't care. Let me know if there's a problem. Just comes off as pandering. Hey, yeah, we did this. We just did this. How great are we? Water heater explode. That's no fun. I'm glad that my water heater's in the garage because then if it explodes, you know what? It's just a mess in the garage. My parents' water heater was in the house. In fact, you remember one of the times I went home, I did some work on the water heater. Okay, that's better too, having it in the basement. Yeah, Norton's been with LifeLock for a while. I thought about getting one of those tankless water heaters at some point. When this one gives out, we may consider doing that. Okay, mine's taking off here, so stop looking at words sideways here. In old houses from the '60s, they put it in the attic. Oh man, that's the dumbest idea ever. You put it in the attic, and the thing explodes, and all of a sudden it's raining in the house. Meatloaf sounds good. I've done a couple of meatloaf recipes. Man, you just had really good luck there, Rhonda. How do you get a tankless water heater? I'm sure the same way you get a regular one. Just go to Home Depot or wherever and buy it. How's my mom? Let's see. Well, she supposedly went home last week. I think I did get a text from her last night. Let's see what she said. Yeah, she's home. She says it feels good to be home. The caregivers are taking good care of her. Um, because basically, from what I understand is Medicare would only pay for a certain period of time for her to be in the rehab, and that time was up, and so they basically were kicking her out before I think she was ready or comfortable to go back. It wasn't because of her surgery or any of that. That's well in the past. The problem she had was being on her back for a month. She really fell behind in her physical therapy, and she was concerned about possibly having an issue, not being as mobile as she was before her event. Let's see here. She's asking about the weather here. It's been, she knows it's been hot, I'm sure. Uh, Great storm the other day. I told you about that. She's asking if the weather hit here or not. We actually got only about a quarter of a rain. It's a quarter of an inch of rain, so it didn't really hit here very hard. Uh, so yeah, that's it. She's home. Seems to be doing well, at least as of last night. I like the bites, nibbles segments. Thank you. Yeah, I like doing them. It's I need to eat, so it solves two problems. It gets me a vlog produced, and it makes me food for a few days. I'm still working on the carrot cake. It's yummy. Yeah, no place like home. No, I didn't hear that Instant Pot went bankrupt. Wow, that's strange because I know so many people that have them. I love mine. Greatest thing ever. Pump's working great. I noticed water flow was a little bit down last night when I looked at it, but every once in a while you just kind of got to backwash the pump. And I did that this morning, and water levels back to normal now. The pump was working great. It's nice and quiet. There's no more problems with it. I haven't tripped a breaker or a GFCI plug. So good. I think we got it. I know I use my Instant Pot a couple times a week, except for my microwave and my grill out in the backyard. It's definitely in the top three of things I use. I guess probably I'd add the toaster oven to that too. I use that pretty regularly, at least on work days. Yeah, replacing them sure beats calling an electrician out to figure out what's going on because they probably would have reached the same conclusion. You got to replace the GFCI plugs. You want me to do more Instant Pot recipes, huh? I got to admit, I was scared of my Instant Pot when I first got it too, but I don't know. I use it now, and it's like this thing is awesome. It blows me away all the things you can do with it. And I do have a playlist on my collection of playlists that is exclusively Instant Pot recipes. So if you want to, if you want to see more Instant Pot recipes, maybe you missed some. There's a fair number of them, 20, 30, 40 of them probably. I mean, just considering how often I do cooking recipes, and the vast majority of them are in the Instant Pot. It's funny, I was talking about the Instant Pot, and then I read Rhonda's comment, I replaced ours in the bathroom. They look sketchy. And it's like, wait, you got an Instant Pot in the bathroom? And I look back, it's like, oh no, she's still talking about GFCI plugs. That's funny having an Instant Pot in the bathroom. Hey, why not? People have TVs in the bathroom, right? I guess there's a certain logic to having an Instant Pot in the bathroom, though. Then you get the input and the output all in the same place. Sorry, my brain just works that way. I don't use the water that comes from the tap either. I mean, I guess I'll use it for cooking and stuff like that, but I don't drink the water out of the tap. I don't know that it's necessarily bad. I just got out of the habit of doing it in California because the water that came out of the tap tasted funny. And I just never got back in the habit. It may be entirely different here in Waco, but I just never got back into drinking tap water. I just buy it in big 2.5 gallon jugs and keep it in the fridge. And here's this urine yellow. Oh boy, that's tasty. That's sure appetizing. Of course, I don't know if I'd want to drink water that from the tap if I lived in a place that had radioactive soil either. The ribs were amazingly good in the Instant Pot. I was really amazed with that. What were my favorite? What were my top three recipes? I don't know. Let me go look at the cooking vlog here. One, see if I can figure that out. My channel playlists. Let's see. Instant Pot recipes. Okay, for the record, there's 35 Instant Pot recipes there. Let's see. There's got to be. Where's my bites and nibbles here? I must have missed it here. Let's go back to the beginning of the list here. Interview vlogs. Barbecue. Well, let's start with the Instant Pot recipes here. Da, da, da. There's the ribs. That was a good one. The enchiladas were really good. The molten brownie pudding, that was amazing. That should almost be illegal. That stuff was so good. Holy cow! It's one of those things that's one of those if you eat too much of it, you're going to end up being a diabetic. Yeah, go find the ribs recipe in the every one of the things every one of the vlogs that I do that's a cooking recipe. The recipe is there in the description. Tracy's checking out. All right, thanks for stopping in, Tracy. Tracy pointed out today that Tracy is actually Tracy Roth Myers. I didn't realize that. You know, I mentioned in the comment that it's like all of you people are just usernames on the screen. You know, I don't know any of you personally. So if I see two different usernames, as far as I know, you're two different people. I know I did more recipes than that. Let me see if I can. There's the Instant Pot. Where's the Bites and Nibbles? There's a Bites and Nibbles on here. You'd think they'd be, there it is. Oh, this isn't Bites and Nibbles. This is Bite and Nibble. So it's one's about the cat. So that's not going to help. That's confusing even to me. I get two playlists that are almost the same name. There we go. Cooking vlogs. That's the one I'm looking for. 85 of those. Okay. Okay. One of them called the Buffalo Chicken Dip. That was definitely a great one. So yeah, go, write the names down if you're interested and go to the page and search Buffalo Chicken Dip. That's a great one. I like that one a lot. And of course, Mom's Lasagna. That's always a favorite. The Burritos Grande was good. Let's see, what else do we got here? Aunt Sally's cheesy potatoes. That's another good one. The ribs, of course. Carrot crate. Oh, I did. Yeah. I was wondering if I did that. That might be embarrassing. Chicken enchiladas in the Dutch oven. That was awesome. This is the one that blows my mind. I did one well, it was probably a little bit more than a year ago, called Steamed Fish and Vegetables in the Instant Pot. It's got 9,800 views. It's like my fifth most popular video ever. I don't get that one. You know, a lot of the rest of them, I look at them and I say, yeah, okay, I get why people watch that one. That one, not a clue. Also, when I was back in the apartment, I did one where I repaired a floor lamp. You may remember that one. That's one of my biggest watch videos too. I don't get that one either. Why are people drawn to that one? It's just got to be something weird with the algorithm from YouTube. Let's see what I've been rambling a lot here, so let me see what I caught up. Yeah, put a recipe on the Facebook page. I'll look at it. You've yet to turn out a good Instant Pot recipe. I have yet to really have one that didn't turn out well. I mean, if it didn't turn out well, it's just because I didn't like it. I'm just kind of self-taught in terms of cooking. I mean, the truth is, I took a couple of cooking classes when I was in junior high. In those days, I loved to eat, so they had a cooking class that was specifically geared towards boys, and so I and then the rule was you had to eat whatever you cooked. So I said, okay, I'll try that, and I learned kind of the basics doing that, and I had fun doing it, and the rest is I'm just kind of self-taught. I'm drinking something right now that I'm not really that into. There's like three or four breweries in Waco. One of them is, of course, that Bear Arms Brewery that I've been to a couple of times. Um, there's a Brotherwell Brewery, which I've been to once or twice. There's the Waco Ale Company, and there's also something called Southern Roots that I haven't been to yet. I found a couple of the Brotherwell Brewery beers at a local liquor store recently. I bought one of them a 6 pack of two different 6 packs from them, and I'm trying one of them right now. I'm not really into it. So, but you know what? You gotta try different things and see what you don't like in order to know what you do like. Well, how do you fix lamps after watching my lamp fixing video, huh? You don't like Jello? Oh man, I don't know. Oh, my mom taught me a little bit about cooking, but I wasn't really that into it. To remember my biggest flop, I don't, in terms of a flop, I mean, there was a couple cases where I tried to do cornbread in the Instant Pot, and that didn't work out. Maybe I didn't do it right, but it never worked out right. So I would guess that would probably be the big one. Yeah, as a matter of fact, it's that one right there. Supposedly the world's best cornbread, but yeah, it didn't work for me. Yeah, Jordan contacted me a couple days ago. He kind of uses me as his tech support staff. So if he wants to like include a clip of a past one of his videos in one of his current videos, he isn't like me where I have every video I've ever shot on a hard drive and can pull it out. His own, because he does all his stuff on his phone, and so he can't just attach a hard drive to the phone and have that work. So every once in a while, he'll have me download one of his older videos and make it available to him. And we have a little routine that works on that. So every once in a while, he does that. And he did that once this past week. Yeah, carrot cake turned out really well. That would definitely be a best of too. I've halfway thought about putting a new playlist up called Breck's favorite recipes, and it would include the ones that were I thought stood out. I tried doing a chicken recipe using the slow cooker on the instant pot, and it didn't cook at all. That's no good. I've never had a problem where it was a technology problem. I don't know what Jordan did with the car. I guess you'll have to stay tuned. Thanks, Lindex. I appreciate that. I got a little bit of teacher in me, I think. I inherited that from my mom, and I guess her mom too. That's why I think in every job I've ever had, if I stayed long enough to become good at it, I eventually became a trainer. Made a chili dog casserole. That sounds good. I'm not really into stuffed cabbage or stuffed peppers. No, I don't think I'd want to become a teacher. It's fun to do from time to time, but I don't think I'd want to do it full time. I'm too active. I gotta be doing something. Yeah, if they forgot to put the plug back in the transmission, that's. I'm surprised that actually Jordan didn't notice that because if you're dripping transmission fluid all over the place, you should realize that pretty easy. Physical ed instructor? No, no, definitely not. I'd probably want to like teach science or something like that. It would have to be something I enjoy doing and a subject, or computers. I could see myself doing that too. Yeah, you don't want to go around with a leaky tube on your brake fluid line. Yeah, physical education was never really my thing either. I think it's just because I had a lot of instructors that weren't really into it. I think they were lazy a lot of times, and they were just looking for ways to do as little as possible. I remember, you know, what they'd have is you could sign up for different, there'd be different teachers. You'd all get put into the physical ed thing, and then you'd get to sign up for, hey, I'd like to do this, I'd like to do that, I'd like to do the other thing. Well, a few of the times they all of the instructors got together and said, hey, let's do 25-mile club, and we'll just sit on our butts and chairs, and the kids will run around in circles for the entire class. It's like, really? Come on. And the goal was every time you went around, you went up to the teacher, you gave them your number, and they'd mark you down for a lap. And then if you hit 25 miles, by the end of the class, then you got an award or something like that. You know, they're just at that point they're just mailing it in. So I didn't feel bad about cheating. I'd wait until a whole bunch of people got there, and I'd give them my number, and then I'd kind of double back behind the group, wait for 30 or 40 more people to give their number, and I give my number. I get 2 credits, credit for 2 laps for every 1 lap I ran. And I didn't run, I just walked. If you're going to mail it in, so am I. If you like beer, you got to try the microbreweries, support them because they do good work. And look who's back. No rain at all in Minneapolis for more than 2 weeks. Yeah, well, that happens here. I mean, we had rain a couple days ago, but we only got about a quarter of an inch. Apparently, it was a pretty hefty storm, though. It knocked the power out here for about 3 hours. Got home from work, the garage door wouldn't open, and I ended up going to bed. The only thing I had for a clock to get up the next morning was my cell phone, and it wasn't charged because I'd just come home from work and I'd been using it all day, and so I wasn't even sure I was going to be able to get up the next morning because there was no way to charge the phone. And that was the only way to wake me up at 5 a.m. Fortunately, the power came back on about 9:30, and I actually got something called a block rocker, which is a big giant Bluetooth speaker, and it's got a pretty massive battery on it and a couple of USB ports. So it had a little bit of a charge left on it. So I was actually able to charge the phone a little bit from that, and I was hoping that would keep the power going for the night and make the alarm work the next morning. And fortunately, I plugged it in my bedroom, and the power came on in the middle of the night and recharged it, and everything was fine. No, I mean, I don't really have problems with the power going out that much. Usually, if the power does go out, it's just a glitch, and it's enough to reset all the clocks and power down the computers, but not enough to where it's a real serious problem. Yeah, I could have powered it up in the car too, but I didn't want to leave the car on in the garage all night, and run carbon monoxide issues. And I didn't want to put the car outside because there was a possibility of rain and hail, and I don't want damage to the car. So didn't do that either. Like I said, I got enough of a charge from the block rocker to charge the phone enough to hold it until the power came back on its own. So we were okay. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to deal with a garage without having a garage. Yeah, I've seen the solar power things, but you got to remember this was night, so for some reason solar doesn't work very well at night. Sprinkler system works. It didn't work when the power was out, but yeah, that would be an option. The solar power thing to charge it during the day, and maybe I'll consider something like that. When there's plenty of places in the yard or in the house where I could put a solar panel. You'd probably put it on the roof of the shed. That would probably work pretty well. Yeah, see, I wouldn't like that either, having the houses right on top of each other like that. I like the fact that, it's the house behind me is probably, 150, 200 feet away from me. Yeah, okay, the house next to me on each side is 15, 20 feet from me, but that's one of the things I like about this is they got big pieces of property. No doubt if this house were like in California or somewhere, this plot of land would probably have four houses on it, maybe six. Yeah, I wouldn't like that, Rhonda. I wouldn't like to watch my neighbor's TV, and I wouldn't like to be the neighbor having somebody else watch my TV. That would creep me out. Well, it was cool. You may remember a couple years ago, I bought a couple of things that plug into the wall that constantly charge, and then when the power goes out, they light up. And those things worked really well. In fact, you can see, let's see if we can even see one of them here. Yeah, you can see one right there. That's right at the door there. And it's always on a little bit. It gets a little brighter at night. And then when the power goes out, it goes to full power. And that was cool. That kept the house lit up when it was dark. And that was the way to go. And I got one of those down the hall too. Yeah, you can't see it because it's actually on this wall here. Yeah, I'm sort of the same way. I keep the blinds in the front of the house always closed. I got two blinds in front behind the laptop here that are closed 99% of the time. I actually open them up uh, when I do the live stream to get some natural light in here. Yeah, everything in the house is LED now. I'm a huge fan of LEDs. They last forever and they're more expensive, but they use, a tenth, a 20th the power. I never liked those curly cube bulbs, the compact fluorescent bulbs. I don't know. That was a dumb idea. They're more dangerous. That's worse for the environment than the incandescents. Yeah, LED technology has really matured. You replaced all your bulbs with LEDs when they were doing rebates and got them for 50 cents, huh? Yeah, mine were a little bit more expensive than that, but every light that you see in this shot here, this light here, the lights down the hall, they're all LEDs. The lights that are lighting me up right now, Can't usually give you this shot of things here. So that light, these light, oops here. Let's see, get those lights up there. That's LEDs. Heck, even these lights around here, these are all LEDs. This thing is an LED. Well, the lights in the hall aren't as bright as they seem. It's saturating the camera. Need to put lights underneath me to make me look like Hollywood. No, I don't want anything to do with Hollywood. The ones around the flag, I think I've told that story before, but it's an interesting story. I'll tell it again. I got suckered into something in Facebook a couple years ago, where they had this large, elaborate LED Christmas tree that you could put out in the front yard. And it sounded like one of those things that was too good to be true. And I was really leery about it. And, it was supposed to be like a 16-foot tall animated Christmas tree for like $50. And I said, that can't be. But I said, if it is, I want to try it. But I was concerned about it. So I paid through it with my PayPal, because then at least, if I do get ripped off, I'm only ripped off for that amount. They don't have access to my credit card and can start charging. And they sent me this thing. This is what they sent. And it was just a scam, because this is like a $5 LED light string that plugs into a USB port, it plugs into the laptop there, or into the desktop right there. And I got this. I had no idea what this thing was. And I finally went to PayPal at the end and said, hey, I never got this. And the company, their website just disappeared. And PayPal contacted them. They said, well, we got a delivery confirmation from UPS saying it was delivered. And, it took me a while to figure it out. I did a little research on it, and I found a web page where a whole bunch of people were complaining about it. And a whole bunch of people said that they ordered this Christmas tree thing and they got this thing, and that was a scam. And so I went back to PayPal and said, okay, I understand what happened now. It isn't that they didn't send it, is that they bait and switched me, and I got my money back from them, and I got to keep the lights. So, but they aren't very good. It was a cheap thing. I mean, you can see there's like 3 lights right there that are burned out. So is that what I heard beep at me here a minute ago? No, somebody left a voicemail. Oh, my mom called, I think. It's funny, the phone didn't ring. What the heck? Yes, the phone didn't ring. I ever blocked or something? I don't know, let me look into this. I don't know, ringtone sounds like it's on full volume here. I don't know, maybe she's watching, wanted to call in. Well, I think last week I showed you that opal that I got, and I was really leery about that too, because that was another thing on Facebook that I saw, and that turned out to be legit. So I don't know. Yeah, it was cool getting back at him. I got to keep the thing and I got my money back. Now I don't know if PayPal actually got their money back from the company that ripped me off, or if PayPal just ate it. I would hope that PayPal got their money back because I don't like it. I don't like people that scam other people. Yeah, well, and that's why I like PayPal too, because I can use that, and at that point, I know I control PayPal, so it's not like I've given somebody my credit card number and now they have it and they can do whatever they want. They can't, they can only take money from PayPal if I give it to them. She left a voicemail. I want to see what she said. Okay, so she wanted to talk, so let's call her here. I don't know why I didn't hear the phone ring, but we can deal with that. I'll just start it on my end. I don't know, something weird here. That's strange. It says my phone is not registered on a network, so I can only make emergency calls. That is weird. I don't understand that. No, I don't want to do that. I don't know what's going on here. That's weird. My phone's disconnected for some reason. I don't know. I'm gonna try rebooting the phone here. Let's see what happens. Maybe it's just a technology thing here. Power it off. Let's disconnect from that here. Give it a second to fully power down here. We'll boot it up. Well, the phone shouldn't be an issue because that's the cell network, and I've never had a problem with the cell network. Anywhere in the house. I mean, my mom's called in a dozen times with me sitting right in this exact location here. Okay, let's reboot here, see what happens. Okay, we got to reboot here. Let's see if we can get everything back here. Yeah, I hope that's all it is. I mean, if there's no connection to the network at all, then she shouldn't have been able to leave a voicemail. Okay, it's restarting. Needs a second here. Pest reception is in the bathroom, huh? Interesting. Yeah, no, we got good cell reception here, so I don't know. All right, let's try this again here. There we go. Okay. Something just glitched. And then there was nothing. I don't know. Let's try that again. That's weird. This thing's acting weird. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go over to the Verizon place, figure out what's going on. Your house has several bread spots, huh? Time to clean those up, I guess, huh? I've never had a problem with it. I'm just wondering. I've had the phone for almost 4 years now. I'm just wondering if this is their way of saying, "Hey, we want you to up for another 5 years and get another phone and stuff like that." It's the same message again. My phone's not registered on a network. Now it's trying to turn on Wi-Fi calling. I don't want to do that. Oh, she kind of suggested last week that she might call during the live stream. So I think she just wanted to kind of catch up. Jessica likes her music, huh? All right, that's good. That's probably what it is. It's the FBI bugging my service. I haven't been supporting the right political candidates, so they're targeting me. Well, that's good. That's good that she's into something that she really likes. What kind of music does she listen to? Is it anything good? I guess good is kind of subjective, isn't it? Those are I don't know who Alter Bridge is. AC/DC, they have their moments. Dream Theater, they have their moments. Yeah, we did reboot the system, and it sounded like it went through, but then it didn't. I mean, let me reboot it again. We'll leave it off for a minute this time. That is strange, though. I don't know what's going on there. She likes Thunderstruck. That's a good song. That's probably one of my favorite AC/DC songs. She likes to sing along. All right, that's awesome. What happened? Well, I mean, I assume you're talking about the phone. I don't know. The phone is misbehaving right now. It's fully charged, but yeah, I remember hearing about Treat Williams, but I don't think I've ever seen anything he's in. It's sad that he died, though. I guess he had the accident and then died a few days later. Yeah, and I don't think I ever saw Hair. That was a little before my time, or at least it wasn't my scene at the time. It was popular, and then it really kind of ceased to exist after a while. I mean, who cites Hair right now as my favorite movie ever? I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that. Hey, you know what was really a great movie? Hair. Really? I've heard the name. I just, like I said, I don't know of anything he's been in. So I turned it off here. I was gonna pull up IMDb and get a list of what he's in. See if I could think of anything. All right, we're booting up here. I don't ever think I saw the deep end of the ocean. I don't think I've ever even heard of that. All right, where are we here? Deep End of the Ocean was a shallow movie. Uh-oh. He was Michelle Pfeiffer's husband. Didn't know that. Okay, let's pull up IMDb here. All right, let's see. Just show me the name of the movies he's been in. Jeez. Can't make this so difficult here. Kind of running through the list here, seeing if there's anything I recognize. Looking for if there's anything that I've ever actually seen. He's in an episode of The Simpsons. I don't see anything I've ever seen him in here. Okay, there's deep into the ocean. I used to do in Denver when you're dead. I remember hearing about that one. I don't think I ever saw that. Tales from the Crypt. A pretty intense career here. He's done a lot of stuff. Just nothing I've ever heard of. He was in one of the Star Wars episodes. Empire. He was in Empire Strikes Back. Marathon Man. I don't think I ever saw that. Yeah, no, I don't think I've ever seen anything he was in except Star Wars. And apparently he's got an uncredited role in that. So interesting. I think just about everyone has. I haven't been in The Simpsons, but yeah, I saw something about in there called The Congressman too. Like I said, I've heard the name, but I don't remember ever seeing him in anything. And like I said, the only thing I know of that was in the IMDb was his being in Empire Strikes Back, and he's got an uncredited role there, so he's just like almost an extra. All right, let's see if we can get the phone to work here again. No, I don't know. There's something wrong here. I'm gonna have to go in and figure out what's going on. Yesterday was King Charles' birthday. Okay. Or call my service provider. It's gonna be hard to call my service provider without service. I have a feeling it's something that they shut down because they said I can make emergency calls. So it's got to be something at the desk. I don't know. I'll have to look and see when the last time I paid the bill on there. If maybe I missed a payment or something like that, and they shut me down for that. Let's see here. I bet I can figure that out from here. Not that. Yeah, I won't waste time doing that on the live stream here. That's boring. Maybe Verizon will give me a new phone. Yeah, maybe they'll sell me a new phone. It was big in the 80s and 90s. But yeah, I don't think I've ever seen any of this stuff. Well, I mean, it's possible that I missed one. See, that's what makes me think. It says I can make emergency calls, so I would guess that that's what happened. Is something happened? I missed a payment or something like that, and they pulled the plug on me. I don't know. There's a I was going to check in to see if I could check in with Verizon directly. And there's an app on the phone, but I have to have a username and a password, and I don't know what my password is if I even have one. Yeah, that's probably a good thing that you don't want Jessica calling 911. Yeah, I don't like doing the automatic payment thing though because I want to control when the bill gets paid. I don't want to have give a company just the ability to go into my account and take money whenever they want. First off, they never factor in, is it a good time for you to take money from my account? It's just like, hey, okay, it's a certain day of the month. Oh, we're going to take your money now. My insurance wants to do that too, and I don't want to do that. Okay, what's going on here? That's weird. I don't know. I don't know if it's her calling again or what. Oh yeah, there's a list I can pull up on my computer that'll give me my passwords. But I don't think I've ever had a Verizon password. I thought I saw something that said that something went wrong with Verizon. So maybe it was just a temporary glitch. Let's try my mom again. No, it's still saying I need Wi-Fi time. No, no, it's sealed. I can't remove the battery on this one. Oh, Gene's got to go to church. Have a good church, Gene. Thanks for stopping in. Hey, bye. You gonna come up and visit? You gonna fall off the couch like you did earlier in the live stream? He's leery now about doing it. You can tell he's concerned that he's going to do that again, and we're going to laugh at him again. No, there he made it. No, Jordan and I never talked very much. We did everything by texting. I think I've called Jordan 2, 3 times in my entire life. The toxic twins aren't looking so much alike anymore. Huh? One's eating too much. Okay, since he's not going to do anything but show his butt, we'll go back to me. Looking at me is a little bit better than looking at cat butt, right? I don't know, maybe it isn't. Maybe you prefer the cat butt. Cat butt channel. That's one of the things I like about cell phones. You generally know who it is before you pick up. So you can decide, do I really want to talk to that person? Charlotte says hi. I don't know, you got anything you want to add? Hmm? No? You're dynamic. It's funny that someone likes talking as much wouldn't like talking on the phone. Yeah, I'm the same way, John. If I don't recognize the number, uh, it goes to voicemail. And if there's nobody, and if they don't leave a voicemail, then they get blocked. And if they do leave a voicemail and it's someone trying to sell me something, they get blocked. Logan called you, said moo to you. I think Logan's implying you're fat because you know what says moo, right? Cows. You know what cows are famous for? Being fat. You're fat. Or she called you fat. Now she says she loves you. Is Logan a chubby chaser? Is that what we're dealing with? Is Logan a chubby chaser? I think so. You may be in luck. Yeah, I have many blocked numbers too. All right, get real quiet here. Well, my settings were fine up until today. I didn't change anything. Yeah, I really haven't done a whole lot of restaurant vlogs. Actually, there's like a Mexican food place my boss was telling me about. Used to be near, well, it was near where he used to live, I guess, that he recommended. Said it was a good Mexican place. So I have sort of been thinking about maybe checking that place out. I do love good Mexican food. And one of the things I've not really been that happy with in Waco is you'd think there'd be a lot of Mexican food places, but a lot of the Mexican food places seem to do this more Tex-Mex kind of thing. And no, that doesn't do it for me. Sorry, Mexican food is Mexican food. Mexican food has to have refried beans, not chili. That's Tex-Mex. Oh, slept really well last night. I'm surprised I'm tired. Yeah, there was good Mexican food in California. You'd be surprised though. There's so many Mexicans here. You'd think there'd be somebody that would do an authentic Mexican restaurant. Maybe this place that my boss recommended is the place. Maybe that's where I gotta check out. How old is my bed? I don't know. It's pretty old. I admit that wasn't a question I'd expect to get today, but oh, okay. All right, I see where you're going with that. No, I thought I slept pretty well last night. I usually do sleep pretty well. Well, that's one thing, or I may deviate from authentic Mexican food, is I like it more spicy. I ran into the same problem when I'd go to visit my uncle in Minnesota. It was really hard to find good Mexican food there. Beauty Rest is one of the worst beds in the industry. Interesting. I've heard of that. I've never really explored different mattress brands. I mean, I think the last time I bought a bed was when I bought the bed for the guest bedroom. Can't tell what your husband does. He sleeps all the time. It's a little closer here so I can lean back and still see what's on the screen here. You like Mexican food better than New Mexican food? Yeah, I don't know what New Mexican food would be, but Mexican food I think is one of my favorite things. That and pizza. Hour, hour and a half into the live stream, I'm just tapping into the second glass of water here. I got some catching up to do. Air fryer pizza is amazing. Interesting. They use different spices. Yeah, no, Mexican food's got to taste like Mexican food. What's my favorite pizza place? There was a place that I did a pizza restaurant vlog a number of years ago called 900 Degrees Pizza. That was really, really good, but they went out of business. So I don't know. Yeah, I've had Indian food. I like the spicy nature of it, but it's not one of those things where I get up one morning and say, "Gee, I'm really in the mood for Indian food." Yeah, well, Indian food is one of those things you either like it or you don't like it, and if you're not into spicy things, it's not gonna agree with you. What air fryer do you have? A black one? Yeah, well, that explains it. Yeah, but you at least know what the brand of the car is. What kind of car do you have? I don't know. It's a gray one. That's it, huh? All right. You can't find a parking place without beeping the horn. I've had to do that a few times. That happened to me once at Disneyland. Uh, I was walking around on every level of the parking structure, trying to figure out where it was I'd parked my car, and I realized, oh wait, I parked it in the lot across the street. Your car is mostly okay. That makes it confusing then. If everyone has gray Kias, what is that? The national car in your town here? Everyone has to have a gray Kia. I always feel like a fool. Yeah, I know. How embarrassing. Like I said, there was that time where I was looking in the wrong lot at Disneyland. Why would you sue the company for making a car that's too easy to steal? Your town is mostly 80 or older. Okay, well, I guess if every 80-year-old in Canada likes a gray Kia, then that explains a lot. considering buying a new truck, looking at Tacomas, but you hate to take, yeah, that's it. I hate to take out a payment too. Well, it's got to be really kind of a pain for the police department too. If everyone has a gray Kia, it's like, yeah, be on the lookout for a stolen gray Kia. Oh, there's one. Oh, there's another one. Another one. Another one. Ah, maybe that's why there's so many of them being stolen is because they all look the same and the police can never figure out which one to pull over. I just think it's ridiculous suing a private company for what because of what criminals do. No, I never did get the window fixed on the car. It was it was on it's on the right side, the passenger side, so it's not really that big a deal. I don't know. I probably will at some point. It just seems like it might be too serious of a one for them to patch, and they might have to replace the whole windshield. So, and it's not likely the insurance is going to pay for that because it's not in the driver's field of view. But thank you for your question, Logan. Will you see me doing a vlog on my bike sometime? Maybe, hopefully. I'm not going to be doing it anytime soon because it's too hot to be out there on the bike right now. But you remember I did that time where I tried different mounts to see if I could, put the camera on the bike and saw which one worked well. Well, shortly after that, I got a chest harness that I can put my camera on, and so that would maybe be the way to go because then my body would act as the as kind of a shock absorber. You just got roller skates. I love my roller skates. I was a big rollerblader there for a while too. Oh, that's all right, Mark. You're welcome here anytime. No, I don't have an Amazon wish list. Roller skating is fun once you learn how to do it. Yeah, see, even Gene agrees. I think I actually have a doubt. The harness I have for my camera is actually for the GoPro. but I do think I have an adapter that would go from the GoPro mount to a standard camera mount. So I could maybe use my Canon camera on the with the GoPro uh, harness system. I am getting pretty close to 5,000 subscribers. That's really exciting. The the interest right now in the JFK videos is driving subscriber rates through the roof. So I mean, I hit 4,900 just a few days ago, and I'm already like 4,930, something like that. 4,936, I think, is what it was this morning. So yeah, with the external enclosure, the GoPro is waterproof down to what is it they say, down to 10 meters or something like that. So that's a lot of fun. I've used the GoPro before in the water. Oh, I did something even more dangerous than that, Lindex. I rode behind a pickup truck going at like 30 miles an hour on my rollerblades. Yeah, actually, I have an old film camera that's waterproof also. Haven't used that in forever though. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we will. I guess it's just a number, but it's still kind of a cool number. Halfway to 10K, right? Or yeah, to 10K. Rollerblading. Yeah, I did it at rollerblades. I know all those crazy things. Rode in the back of pickup trucks, drank out of the hose, went rollerblading behind a pickup truck. That was the point, to do a bunch of dangerous stuff and survive. Just ride our one speed bikes down the hill with no helmets. Yep. You ran over yourself driving on a three wheeler. That's a good trick. No, I already skydove. Now sky drive, that might be kind of fun. Oh yeah, totally would have been made fun of for wearing a helmet. Hot air balloon would be fun. I've never done a hot air balloon. Okay, see, that would be an issue if you don't like heights. See, I've never really. I have a respect for heights, but not a fear of them. That was one of the questions they asked me when I took the job at Disneyland because I was going to have to go up tall ladders and help characters get into the floats. And they said, "Yeah, are you afraid of heights?" No, not really. Yeah, I would say probably 1,000 was the last big milestone. Oh yes, I climbed trees when I was a kid all the time. I loved to climb trees. Fell out of a few of them too. That's sort of why I'm messed up the way I am. To climb a ladder to the second story of your house to climb in through a window when you get locked out. Okay, yeah, I guess I've done that too. Hmm. There's a lot of car crashes too, but people go in, still get in cars. Did I ever want to get a pilot's license? I have actually thought about it. That'd be fun. I think it'd be fun to learn how to fly a helicopter, honestly. I'm related to somebody that was in a plane crash. Does that count? That would be fun. I've seen some stuff like that where you could take a flying lesson. That would be fun. I think it was a private jet. I also flew in the blimp. All right. The original Goodyear blimp used to be in I think it was like Inglewood in California, so we saw it all the time. I wouldn't rule out the possibility of a road trip with Jordan sometime. We used to do a lot of that before. Every couple of weeks we'd go do something. Had a lot of fun doing those. I saw all sorts of cool things because of Jordan. The only problem with going on a road trip with Jordan is where's Jaw going to sit? Jaw always rides shotgun with Jordan. So there's a little doggy bed in the seat next to Jordan where Jaw rides. Yeah, I think my parents did a helicopter trip. I don't think it was in Maui. I think it was over the Big Island. I think they went and looked at like the volcanoes. I guess that's what would have to happen. Either I have to ride on my lap. Yeah, I still have probably I don't know if it's I think I have a 37-foot extension ladder that I had from my house in California because I needed that to get up to the second floor. It's kind of overkill now, but it is actually nicer working on the trees. And I used that ladder when I did paint my house. It's funny, I was the only one in the neighborhood that painted my own house. Everyone else just paid somebody to do it. It's funny, the people that were painting the neighbor's house saw me painting my house and they complimented me, said I did a really good job. Okay, there's my mom again. Let's see. Are you there? Hello? Yeah, there's still something weird going on with my phone. I'm going to send her a text message just so she doesn't know I'm blowing her off. I just said there's something wrong with my phone. Yeah, yeah, they were charging, the companies were charging six, seven, $8,000 to paint the house. I went out and bought a $200 paint sprayer from Home Depot and did it myself. Well, she kind of suggested last week in our phone call that she was going to maybe call in during the live stream today. Yeah, she's trying again. Let's see if this happens. Hello? I'm not connected to Bluetooth, am I? I turn that off. I don't think that's the issue. Hello? Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. I don't know what's going on. I know sometimes the phone automatically connects to the Bluetooth speaker, and if it connects to the Bluetooth speaker, I can't always necessarily hear. Yeah, that's a lot to paint a house. Like I said, I painted my house. I paid about $200 for a paint sprayer at Home Depot, and a few $100 for the paint, and that was it. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll do a vlog on the. I'll probably talk about it at least. I don't know. It'll be a whole vlog, but I'll mention it at some point. Yeah, that $10,000 is a lot. Well, I'll admit it. I did it very very slowly because I divided the house into about 10 parts, and I did one part a day. I only did it on my weekends, so it took maybe a month to get it completed. So it was a gradual process, but it turned out looking really good. And like I said, the guy that was painting a house next to mine looked at my job and said, "You're doing a good job." Well, the painters came out in force because the HOA said that everyone had to paint their house within the next 6 months. So the painters were just going, door to door. Hey, we do house painting. We're going to be in the neighborhood. Yeah, my mom is doing better. She's home now, which is good. And I think that's probably part of. I think that's why she wanted to talk on the phone. She wanted to thank everyone for your thoughts and prayers and your concerns over the past few months, because she's been away from home for something like 3 months now. I know she misses her friends. I know she misses sleeping in her own bed. It's really hot right now. Logan said she's on her way. All right. I'm sure she'd love to meet you, Logan, and Charlotte too. Now, there's a perfect example of how punctuation can completely change a sentence. I can cook, comma, Nana says one thing, and I can cook, Nana means something entirely different. Will the grid hold up in the air conditioning? I hope so. I actually have to watch my next video because I had a problem with my air conditioner, and that's the subject of the next video. That's how I got the burn too, by the way. Yeah, flying is fun. I love looking down on looking down at the ground from high up. It's a different perspective that you don't usually get from the ground. No, it was just a first degree burn. It it just it was red for a day or so, and then it kind of puffed up, and I'm gonna have a scab there for a while, but that's the way it goes. Yeah, every time I try and use the phone, it says I'm not connected to the network. You see, nothing's happening. Got it on, got the speaker on, but it's just not going through. That's a drag because it's kind of fun to be. Find it kind of fun to get her on the phone because she carries some of the she carries some of the conversation too. Now I'm gonna have to figure out what happened. We're gonna look at that after we get done with the live stream. Yeah, right. Takes the pressure off of you. Exactly. Anyway, I think I'm going to pull the plug on this because I really want to figure out what's going on my phone. So we'll stop this one for now. Thanks, everyone. Had a great time today. I'll see you next week. Good night.